Hello and welcome back. In this video, we will discuss yet another Neo-Freudian theory of personality, and this theory is proposed by Erik Erikson. Okay, we'll discuss what Erikson's psychosocial stages of development. Like he has proposed a personality theory and suggested that we as individuals we will develop a personality through different stages, rather 8 stages. Okay, considering age. Okay, from the very birth to a certain, as we grow older and older, at different age group or at different age, we try to attain certain personality traits, and based on the consequences, we try to develop a personality. Okay, we'll see what they are. See here, stage 1 between ages 0 and 1 year. Okay, 0 and 1 year. Here the traits are trust versus mistrust. Okay, so it all when an infant is born, okay, when a child is born, during the first 1 year, it is completely based on the kind of affection and the kind of nourishment that that particular infant receives. Okay, so when a child is properly taken care of and when the child is properly brought up with lots of care, love, affection and proper nourishment, because if when we are born we are totally dependent, we cannot do anything on our own, we are dependent on our parents. So when a child receives that love and affection from the parents, then that trust develops. Okay, that trust that yes, I have somebody to take care of me. Even though the child cannot express this in words or sentences or in any language, internally in the mind, he feels secured. The child feels safe. Okay, and confident. Somewhere there is trust in that little infant's mind that she or he will be taken care of by the parents. That important is the first 1 year in shaping the personality of an individual. Okay, and next stage 2, 1 to 3 years of age. The trait like autonomy versus shame or doubt. Okay, so what a child does during that period of 1 to 3 years age is it tries to develop a sense of independence, sense of autonomy. They try to learn certain things. Small children between the ages of 1 and 3 years, they try to learn certain new things. They try to be independent, like they learn sitting, they learn crawling, they learn sitting, they learn standing, walking, running. Okay, so all those activities, they give them a sense of autonomy or freedom or independence. Okay, so that important are the early childhood years. Try to understand. Okay, versus shame or doubt, self-doubt. If the child is not provided with a cordial environment, okay, then every activity or every natural activity will be under some stress. The child develops a self-doubt. Okay, so that is the importance of that being independent or that autonomy. Okay, see, as early as the age of 3 years, below 3 years of age. Okay, and the next stage is between 3 to 6 years of age, where the traits like initiative versus guilt, they try to form. Okay, between the ages of 3 and 6 years, children they try to take certain inspiration. They try to do certain things on their own. Okay, so like if there is success, like if they really try running and go somewhere and pick up something and come back, if they do it successfully, there comes that confidence. Okay, if they do not do it, if they fall in the way, on the way, or if elders shout at them, if they create certain self doubt that no, don't run, don't go there, you will fall, or somebody will pick you up. Okay, or if they try to threaten that shade, then a kind of guilt comes up, lack of confidence comes up. They think either they are overstepping or they are not successful, they cannot do things on their own. Okay, then these feelings of guilt and shame and doubt, all those negative emotions comes into picture, and they settle here in the mind of a child as early as, below 6 years of age. That is the reason why parents have to be very, very careful in, bringing up their children, especially during those very early years of caregiving. Okay, next is between stage 4, that is 7 to 11 years. Then at that age, these traits like industry versus inferiority, they develop. Okay, industry versus inferiority. What happens is they try to do things, more things on their own. Like we as children between the ages of 7, if we see, if you observe the children between 7 and 11 years of age, okay, they try to be very active, they are very curious, they learn, they are enthusiastic, they want to learn lot of things. Thing is, they need a supportive environment, supportive parenting, supportive caregiving. Okay, if they find all those support and enthusiasm around them, they develop a sense of self-confidence. They know internally that they can do something. They can learn lot of things on their own. Okay, but if something goes wrong, really, if they do not find that cordial and encouraging environment around them, then that feelings of inferiority, that feelings of lack of something in them, that they are not good enough, that they are not worthy enough, those negative feelings, they come to the mind for the first time and they just settle down. Okay, so that gives them this inferiority complex. Okay, and the next stage is between 12 to 18 years of age. What happens there is these traits of strong identity versus confusion. These traits settle down. Okay, that sense of identity versus confusion. Where if you observe the adolescence age of 12 to 18 years, where they experiment a lot. Okay, they try to reach out to new things, new experiences. Okay, they try to learn lots and lots of new things. They develop lots and lots of new relations. They mingle with the society at large. Okay, so at this stage, when everything goes fine, then they develop this sense of strong identity of who they are. They will understand themselves better. They will understand the relations they have with themselves, with the family, and with the society in total. Okay, so they have that clarity. When children of that age, below 18 years and between 12 to 18 years, they have that sense of identity. They start realizing who they are basically, what kind of person they are, what kind of identity do they have, what kind of relationships do they share. All these things happen at that point of time, and when things really do not go well during that age, that ends up in confusion. where they really don't know who they are, what they should do, what they should not do. Lots of confusion comes into picture, and that settles down for the lifetime. That is the problem in developing human personality. Okay, be it good or bad, it will be enduring, it will be long lasting. Okay, and the next is between 19 to 29 years of age. That is the age when traits like intimacy versus isolation, they may come into picture. Okay, because when we are 19 and 29, when we are between this age group, okay, we try to establish and form lots of intimate relationships. We try to have a family of our own. Okay, a trustworthy partner, children. That is the age where people get into that family life full-fleshedly. Okay, or at least they will have certain intimate and very close relationships at this stage. If everything goes fine, that will be, very cordial, like they'll be developing close family affiliation. Okay, but if something goes wrong, they'll end up isolated. Okay, and all the negative feelings, all the, that introvertedness or being very closed mindedness, all these things comes into picture at this stage. Okay, and the next stage, that is stage 7, between the ages of 30 and 64. The traits of generativity versus stagnation. Generativity, in the sense, like, that is the age group between 30 and 64 where most of the humans, most of the individuals, we are more contributing, we are more achieving in nature, like we can achieve a lot. We can also guide the next generations as well. Okay, we professionally, family wise, we are mostly successful, we are mostly contributing to the self, to the family, to the society at large. Okay, we can really pave a way for the future generations also. Okay, so that is the thing that happens, or that is the trait that an individual may develop at that age, versus stagnation, when when you are not so contributing, when you are not so promising, when nothing goes fine in your life, be it your personal life, professional life, or any other role in your life, when nothing is really going well, that brings a kind of, stagnation into your life, where you are not contributing much either to yourself or to your family or to the society. Okay, and the next stage, the eighth stage of life, is when we turn 65 and more. Okay, so that is the stage where we either find this integrity or despair. Okay, when we assess the life, when we are 65 plus, mostly what happens is we are no more earning. Okay, we are like retired people, like we enjoy, or we end up as retired from whatever professions or whatever business we had held all through these years. Okay, so this is the age when we retrospect, when we look back and assess and try to give a meaning to our life, to all that we have done through the entire life. Okay, so that is, that sense of meaning, a sense of contribution. When you find yourself in a happy position, then it gives you that integrity, it gives you that feeling of, worth. Okay, of that feeling of being contributing. Okay, but when you do not find any meaning in your life, when you look back, okay, that brings lots of despair, lots of, negative emotions, disappointment. You're not happy with your life. Okay, so this is how, according to Erik Erikson, the personality evolves, like, right from the very first day of our birth to the death. Okay, different age that we cross, different sorts of personality traits will come up, either positive or negative. Okay, so personality is like a evolving thing. Till the last day of our life, we will be like evolving around. Okay, either for good or bad. Okay, I hope you found this video helpful, and if you do find it helpful, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.